Cyberbullying is essentially bullying that happens with computers, cell phones, and any other electronic devices. First, the behavior has to happen more than once. It cannot be an isolated incident to be considered bullying. If it's happened once, it is considered harassment. Second, the behavior has to be intentional. The one cyberbullying is wanting to cause harm to the victim. This is a video by stopbullying.gov. It explains if it is cyberbullying or not with different scenarios. It is important as educators that we understand how to identify cyberbullying or if it's just harassment.
Cyberbullying happens when someone posts or shares harmful or mean content about someone else on the internet, social media, apps, texts, video games, or digital devices. Take this example. Maddie took a screenshot of her classmate Shonda's photo from social media. She then used an app to make Shonda look like a monster in the photo and added some insulting words. After sharing it in a group text, some classmates replied with hurtful, mean comments about Shonda. Others laughed and shared it with others. Is it cyberbullying? Yes. Maddie wanted to embarrass Shonda, and by doing so, she encouraged others to do the same. What can Shonda do? Take screenshots of the cyberbullying. It's painful, but Shonda needs to document what happened in case it happens again. Shonda can also block the group texts. She should tell what happened to an adult she trusts. Together, they may want to report what happened to the school. How about this one? Malcolm plays multiplayer video games online with people he only knows through gaming. A few of them have added him on social media. One player, Lucas123X, or Lucas, used to chat with him a lot while playing, asking a bunch of personal questions. Malcolm answered and didn't think much about it. But one day, Lucas posted all kinds of personal information about Malcolm on social media, mixed in with lies and comments about his ethnicity and gaming skills. Is it cyberbullying? Yes. Lucas was trying to harm Malcolm and his reputation. What can Malcolm do? He can take screenshots of the posts and block Lucas on social media. What Lucas did may have also violated the rules of the social media site and the gaming platform. Malcolm should report Lucas's behavior to the sites. He can also avoid a game if he knows Lucas is one of the players. Malcolm can tell an adult about what happened. Together, they can help determine if they should report it to the police. And remember, never give out personal information to strangers. Here's another one. Jaden and his friend Dylan were having fun, kidding around after school. Jaden took photos and posted them online. One photo showed Dylan making a weird face, which they both found funny, but other kids who saw it started posting mean comments about Dylan's face in the photo. Dylan was upset by the photo and the comments. Is it cyberbullying? No. If Jaden didn't mean any harm and he's willing to delete the photo, it is not cyberbullying. If Jaden doesn't delete the photo after seeing the negative comments being posted about his friend Dylan, he could be contributing to cyberbullying though. What can Dylan do? He can ask Jaden to remove the post and, in the future, to ask permission before sharing photos of him. If Jaden is a friend, he'll respect Dylan's request, apologize, and delete the photo. For more information, visit stopbullying.gov.
This slide just talks about the negative outcomes of cyberbullying. One of the negative outcomes that we see in education is students that are being cyberbullied are more likely to have attendance problems because students don't want to come to a place where people are making fun of them, people are talking about them, people are talking about what they're wearing. This all of these things, all this any type of bullying leads to students isolating themselves, um, which could also lead to their grades dropping, and they just start to feel unmotivated because why would they want to come to a place where they don't feel safe? So this could lead to students just stop coming to school altogether. Another thing that cyberbullying will affect is students' mental health. Not even just students, teachers, anybody who is being cyberbullied are going to see those effects. Some of the effects can be some of the things that I see a lot are social isolation, emotional stress, concentration, difficulty. They're not paying attention in class, so their grades are going to drop, which, for some kids can contribute to their mental health. So those are just two of a lot of the negative outcomes of. This slide just talks about ways that teachers and students can make a change in a positive way towards cyberbullying. One of the things a teacher could do is make a class pledge. I teach elementary school, so a way I would do this is I would at the first couple weeks of school I would have my students all come together and we would talk about what cyberbullying really is, what it looks like, what it could look like on the applications that we use in class. I just want to make sure that they really have an understanding of what it is and how harmful it can be. Just have a deep conversation about that. And you could hang the pledge on the wall and refer back to it anytime you need it. And then what students can do is they can stand up for themselves and stand up for each other. After you've had that conversation with students about what cyberbullying looks like and how harmful it can be, then students need to take it into their own hands if they see it happening, to come report it, or to stand up for themselves and say, hey, this is happening, and know that there's going to be consequences of that on the other end.
Two organizations that are working to stop cyberbullying are stopbullying.org and stompoutbullying.org. Stopbullying.org has a free guide for parents, caregivers, and students that includes information on preventing cyberbullying and dealing with the effects of cyberbullying. Stompoutbullying.org has made an effort to provide schools with wellness rooms in which students can go for a mental break, find resources on topics such as cyberbullying, and speak with a school staff member that is trained in mental health. They also have an online crisis chat line that youth ages 13 to 24 can utilize when they feel they cannot talk to anyone in their personal lives about a bullying issue. Cyberbullying prevention begins in the home. Parents and guardians should be monitoring their child's devices so that they are aware of what apps are being used and how they're being used. This can be done through careful observation or the use of parental controls. Parents should also establish rules for their child to follow when using a device. Parents can set screen time limits and communicate clear expectations for how they expect that time to be used. Parents should also be modeling positive digital citizenship on their own devices and platforms. Parents and educators can work together to detect any issues of cyberbullying by knowing the signs to look for in students, as those that are being bullied will typically show a shift in their mood and their device usage.